You can make six figures, do everything right, have a good job, a nice place, reliable cars, and still feel like you're one bad month away from disaster. If that sounds familiar, this video is for you because the problem isn't your salary. It's the system your salary is trapped in, and once you see it, you won't be able to unsee it. Let me describe a situation that's more common than people want to admit. A household making around $110,000 to $130,000 a year. Two adults, both working full time. On paper, they're doing great. They're told they're upper middle class. They're told they've made it. But behind the scenes, they're stressed. They're tired. They check their bank balance before saying yes to dinner. They have maybe a month or two of savings, if that. And when something unexpected happens, a car repair, a medical bill, a short layoff, it goes on a credit card. Here's the weird part. They don't feel irresponsible. They don't feel reckless. They feel confused because the math doesn't seem to add up. We make too much money to feel this broke. That thought alone tells you something is wrong. For most people, money problems aren't caused by luxury spending. They're caused by fixed obligations, things you can't easily undo. Housing, transportation, insurance, childcare, debt payments. Once those are locked in, your income isn't freedom anymore. It's fuel, and all of it already has somewhere to go. This is why so many people with good salaries feel anxious all the time. Not because they're poor, but because they're fragile. If missing one paycheck would seriously hurt you, you're not wealthy. You're just expensive. We were sold a very simple idea. Two incomes are better than one. It sounds obvious. It sounds logical. If one income can support a family, then two incomes should make life easier. But that's not what happened. The second income didn't create security. It raised the baseline. Housing prices rose. Childcare became mandatory. Commutes doubled. Time disappeared. And slowly, without anyone announcing it, two incomes stopped being an advantage and became a requirement. When everyone has two incomes become normal, and normal becomes necessary. Let's talk honestly about what happens to that second paycheck. Say one partner makes $70,000, the other makes $50,000. That second $50,000 looks powerful on paper, but it gets hit first and hardest. Taxes take a big cut, not the friendly low brackets, the top ones. Now that $50,000 is closer to $33,000. If you have kids, childcare enters the picture. For many families, that alone eats most of the second income. Then there's commuting, gas, car maintenance, parking, sometimes a second car entirely. And here's the sneaky part. Two exhausted adults don't live like one rested adult and one flexible one. They outsource time, takeout, delivery, convenience spending, paid services. Not because they're lazy, but because they're drained. By the time everything is counted, that second income often contributes shockingly little. Sometimes almost nothing. Sometimes it actually costs money. Someone works full time, and the household gains a few $1,000s a year. That's not empowerment. That's a trap. Here's the psychological damage. Because the gross number's big, you feel like you should be winning. So you make decisions based on the combined income. You buy the house the bank says you qualify for. You take on the payments that make sense on paper, but those numbers only work if everything goes right. No illness, no layoffs, no burnout, no family emergencies. The system assumes perfect stability. Real life doesn't work that way. A life that collapses when one income stops was never stable to begin with. This is the part most people miss. Security doesn't come from how much you earn. It comes from how little you're forced to earn. If your lifestyle requires both incomes just to survive, neither of you has options. You can't slow down. You can't take risks. You can't breathe. That's not freedom. That's dependency. There's a different way to think about money. Not one income literally, but one income structurally. You build your fixed costs so that one income could cover them. Housing, transportation, basics. The second income becomes optional, not for fun spending, but for strength, investments, margin. Every dollar saved isn't just money, it's time, it's flexibility, it's insurance. Wealth is the ability to say no without panicking. This approach looks boring at first. You drive past houses you could technically afford. You don't upgrade as fast as others. You look behind until suddenly you're not. Because over time, margin compounds and freedom shows up quietly. The middle class isn't failing because it's lazy, dumb, or bad with money. It's failing because it was taught to spend first and secure later. But security doesn't come from bigger numbers. It comes from space, from not needing every dollar, from not running at full capacity all the time. Two incomes don't make you rich if both of them are already spent. If this video helped you see money differently, subscribe. This channel isn't about getting rich fast. It's about getting your life back.